During this speech, I will attempt to pay tribute and inform you about someone that inspires me to view the world in a different and creative way, while trying to help make the world better through a more artistic way. While taking my fine arts appreciation class, I learned about a man named Bjarke Ingels. After hearing and watching Bjarke talk about his different architectural designs that he has produced over the years, I was inspired to make a difference in my future too. He also mentioned some of his other plans to provide sustainable buildings to help reduce carbon footprint in the future. I will first provide three personal values about Bjarke that I have seen within the way he talks about his architecture and its impact on the environment. The three values that stand out most to me are his creativity, his innovative drive, and his resourcefulness. I will start with the first value that stands out the most, and that is his creativity. His creativity inspires me to take a different approach to things I do in my life. It shows me that even if something is practical, it does not mean it cannot take on an artistic look and feel. This is shown to me with a bridge that Bjork has designed for Kistefos Sculpture Park. He was hired to design this bridge to connect the different sides of the park. He took his design to the next level by giving the bridge the feel of being its own sculpture and a place to view paintings and drawings as you pass through the bridge to the other side. The next value I see in Bjarke's work is his innovative drive. This can be shown through a few of his designs in their attempt to take on a hedonistic sustainability. One such design that stands out to me is the Urban Rigger, which is a housing project that he designed for college students in his hometown of Copenhagen, Denmark. He designed these buildings to provide their own energy through the photovoltaic system. Photovoltaic systems are just fancier name for solar panels. He also designed the homes to use the water in the harbor to heat and cool the interiors depending on what time of year it is. As I view the housing additions, it makes me think of another project he talks about in one of the TED Talks he did. And this is the Oceanic City design. Bjark's goal for this Oceanic City is to build an offshore city that can withstand adverse weather as well as completely be able to sustain itself. This will be done through the structure providing its own electricity and recycling its waste. The plan for this project showed that he took one of his completed plans of living on the water and innovated it to an even greater extent, showing that entire cities could live and thrive on water without land. The last personal value that he inspires in me is his resourcefulness, which within situations that give you little room to work in. I feel this can be shown in his design of the Vancouver house because it could not be built within 100 yards of the highway bridge and could not cast a shadow on a nearby park. Even with these criteria, he was still able to design a tower that fits within the area provided. He designed it to start small, and as it gets taller, it starts to spread out, providing more room at the top. Another example is a housing slash parking garage that he designed in Copenhagen, Denmark, called the Mountain. It shows his resourcefulness because the housing apartment has a garden on top of it that collects rainwater to redistribute when the weather gets a little drier. Now that we have come to the end of the speech, I would like to reflect on my examples and explain in what way Bjarke Ingels inspires me. He inspires me to try and reduce my carbon footprint as well as try to be more outreaching in my community. Learning about some of his projects that went back into his community has given me thinking of ways to give back to my community.